And as we were taking a picture, there was a lady getting into her car next to us. She said, "Who is that?" While in the middle of posing and taking the picture, looked over at the lady and was like, "It's Mac Miller!" Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Landon and we are here again today for another new music review of one of the most impactful rappers in my life, Mac Miller. I'm already getting chills. This is gonna be a hard one for me. So Mac Miller's estate put out his last album that was obviously released after his death. It is called Circles. It was released today. I am just so filled with chills right now. I loved Mac Miller so much. I thought he was a very amazing lyricist. He was so up and coming. He had his relationship with Ariana, which really kind of threw him into the spotlight. So there was just so much more left for him. And I actually got the chance to meet him one day. He was in Starbucks in pajama pants. I think they were like Ninja Turtle pants. And I couldn't pass the moment up. I'm not usually a person that stalks down celebrities and asks for pictures, but Mac Miller is just the one that I could not let get away. I was at work and the Starbucks was next door, and my coworker was like, "Just go do it." And I'm like, "No, I can't do it." And she was like, "Go do it." And I was like, "Fine, I'm gonna do it." So I ran outside, I slammed the door open. It was a glass door, and it like banged against the wall, and of course it got his attention. So he saw me running like a crazy person out into the middle of the parking lot, and so he was about to get into his car, and I was like, "Hey Mac, I should not be doing this, but you are so inspirational to me, and I would love if I could just say hello and get a picture with you." And he was like, "Hey bro, it's fine, it's cool, that's totally dope, thank you." So we took a picture together, and as we were taking a picture, there was a lady getting into her car next to us, and she said, "Who is that?" And I literally, while in the middle of posing and taking the picture, looked over at the lady and was like, "It's Mac Miller!" And literally started taking the picture again. I was so starstruck at that moment, and he was so kind to do that because it just goes to show what kind of person Mac was and what kind of person the world lost whenever he passed away. And anyway, I didn't even know there was another body of work that was gonna be coming out. I've been living in his old work, just kind of remembering his life that way, but whenever I saw that there was a new album that was gonna come out, I knew that I had to react to it because this is gonna be a genuine reaction. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold myself together because he is such a talent, and like my literal body is filled with chills right now already. And I haven't even clicked play yet. So with that being said, I know I talked on so much. Let's go ahead and review and react to Mac Miller's last album, Circles. So the first song on the album is called Circles. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I have so many emotions in my body right now. I can't even put them together. All right, this is called Circles. Alright, so we're coming in now, have a very soft guitar, very telling of Mac. He is chilled when it comes to his music. It's not all about that hard, you know, trap stuff. It's all about thoughts and consciousness and really just being a human being. I don't even know how else to explain it, but I get that sense already that that's where we're going. We have a little bit more of an instrumental here. It is a very uplifting but also saddening song, it sounds like. It got me thinking, this seems very, very instrumental filled. I'm wondering like how much of the album he actually got to get done before he passed and what he would have approved or what he would have changed on this or whatever.
This is what it looked like right before you fall.
The first line of it is, well, this is what you look like right before you fall, and this is exactly what is happening before his life was over, and this is exactly what it looked like, and this is exactly where he was. It was a moment of history that's paused right now.
Now I have a name, I don't have a name, no. Who am I to blame, who am I to blame, no.
So he said, I don't have a name, I don't have a name, who am I to blame, who am I to blame? You do have a name, it's Mac, it's Mac.
I cannot be changed, no. Stand up right at the start of the line, drawing circles.
So he's saying he's trying to change, but it doesn't work out for him. He just keeps ending up back at the starting line, and that means drawing circles. So he just keeps going around in the same loop again, and that's so telling. It's so crazy.
But though I was sitting watching the world falling down its decline.
And I do love that line too. He says, I'll drink my whiskey and you drink your wine. We're doing well sitting, watching the world falling down its decline. Ugh, I just wanted him to be around for a time if the world got better, you know?
Don't you put any more stress on yourself, it's one day at a time.
Do not be afraid, do not be afraid. You're feeling sorry, I'm feeling fine. Don't you put any more stress on yourself. It's one day at a time. This is such telling for his family and friends too. It's probably one of the hardest things that, you know, any parent or friend has to go through, and take it a day at a time. And that's Mac telling you that. And that's why it's so great that we have one more body of work from him. He can still talk to us.
It goes around like the hands, I keep counting the time, drawing circles.
So he said, it's getting pretty late, damn, and I find it goes around like the hands that keep counting the time, drawing circles, like the clocks on the wall. Alright guys, so that was the first song on the album called Circles. I thought it was an amazing introduction, a soft way to start, very typical of Mac. He is just not afraid to put his emotions and his problems out on the line, which is very uncommon for rappers, I believe. So it's just, gosh, this is gonna be a hard experience, but let's keep it going. The next song on the album, number 2, is called Complicated. Let's go ahead and jump into that one. Alright, so we got a little bit more of a chipper, fun, funky beat coming in. Makes you want to dance a little bit too. I love how they're gonna have some kind of upbeat stuff too on the album that will allow you to celebrate his life versus mourn over it. So I'm excited. I just want to be dancing to some Mac A, you know what I'm saying?
Outside is cloudy, but I like that better.
He says, outside is cloudy, but I like that better. And like, same. Right now it is so overcast in LA and cold, and it was rainy yesterday, and I love that. I love it so much.
Some people say they want to live forever.
So it says here, some people say they want to live forever. That's way too long. I'll just get through the day. It's like you never know when your last day could be, and this is just so telling of that. I just like, ugh.
Does it always gotta be so complicated?
So he's saying, without any complications, does it always have to be so complicated? And I wonder if he's talking about life in general, because same, Mac, same.
When I'm way too young to be getting old.
Last line of the chorus is, well, I'm way too young to be getting old, and this every single line I feel like is gonna trigger in some type of way to make me sad and think about like what he was thinking when he was writing it, not knowing what was going to happen. It's just too much.
Who you talking to? Why you talking to me, baby?
The way that he says baby, baby, I love that.
We could make it easy.
I'm loving all of the sounds in this too. The music, the production of it, all comes together, makes it a very funky, chill, laid back type of song you want to pass a blunt around to, but you know. I love all like the robotic kind of sounds that are coming through in it too. And like I said in the first song too, it's gonna be, I feel like, a lot more instrumental, because it may not be 100% completed, at least what he would have wanted, but I'm thinking they're doing a great homage to him so far.
Inside my head is getting pretty cluttered.
Inside my head's getting pretty cluttered. I tried but can't clean up this mess I made. I do feel like he had a lot going on in his life.
First, can I please get through a day?
So once again, he's saying, before I think about the future, can I please just get through a day? And it's just it's so sad.
When I'm way too young to be getting old.
Oh, it's so funky. I just want him to be able to get old. We have a nice little break here too. I feel like there was so much thought put into the production of it as well too. You can hear so many different sounds in there, which is so appealing to the ears. So people say they want to live forever. He has that high-pitched voice. He always has sounded so futuristic and so, you know, ahead of his time.
When I'm way too young to be getting old.
Alright guys, so that was the second song on the album, Complicated. I loved it so much, especially because of the themes of it. He was talking about way too young to be getting old. I just want to live my days without thinking about forever. And that's how we should live our lives. I feel like they put this on here to remind us that we can be talking about, I don't care about the future, let me just live my days. But keep in mind that one day and one decision can change everything. And that's what the sad part is. So I feel like this is just a little reminder there. Also a little reminder to just enjoy life and embrace every single day. Alright guys, so the third song on the album is called Blue World. It is the first song with the explicit little badge next to it. So there's actually only 2 songs on this album that use curse words. So I love that fact too, because I feel like this album can be shared with so many more people if you eliminate people's biases on, you know, cursing and stuff like that. But this one's called Blue World. Let's go ahead and get into it. Beautiful. We have like the little harmonic coming in. What is it called? Like the little barbershop club quartet, something like that. It says it's a blue world without you. It's a blue world alone, and it's so true. It is a blue world without you, Mac. I love this production. I love this beat. This is definitely my favorite so far on here. It's got a and it just, oh, it feels so futuristic, new age. I love it.
Might just turn around to 180. I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no babies. The devil on my doorstep being so shady.
Alright, so the chorus is coming in. Yeah, well, this mad world made me crazy. I just turn around, do 180. I ain't politicking, I ain't kissing no babies. The devil on my doorstep being so shady. I love it. He's coming in with a little more of his traditional rapping now versus the sing rap, and I am just bumping this.
I let it go, but I never go with it. Yeah.
So he says, we don't gotta let him in, don't trip. I let it go, but I never go with it. I let it go, and I never go with it. So the baggage, you just drop it off, you leave it, and you keep moving on.
I'm here to make it all better with a little music for you.
Oh, so we coming in, okay, coolest fall weather, F the bullshit, I'm here to make it all better with a little music for you. You did, Mac. You are literally brightening my day all the way from the sky, and I couldn't be happier today, but also so sad at the same time.
They was talking that shit. Had the homies with me, all of a sudden they split.
So he said he was in the city talking that shit, had the homies with me, all of a sudden they split. Why'd they leave? Where'd they go?
Well, I'll get by. Don't be afraid, don't fall.
Oh, I love that. So the refrain comes in, hey, one of these days we'll all get by, don't be afraid, don't fall. But there's this cool little sound effect thing where it's like, roll, and just goes straight into verse 2. I love the asymmetry of it all. It's not verse, chorus, it's already started mixing up, and I love that about an artist, that they can do that.
Shit, I always shine, even when it like them. No, I ain't God, but I'm feeling just like him.
So he said, think I lost my mind, reality's so hard to find, when the devil's trying to call your line, but shit, I always shine. Even when the light dim, no, I ain't God, but I'm feeling just like him. So he's saying he's feeling kind of uplifted. At least he's messing with God and not the devil. He keeps shutting the devil out of the door, so that's always good too. Don't let him in.
No one else, that's it. That's your flesh, just a bit. Let me talk my shit, say my head got big.
So he says, see, I was in the whip riding me and my bitch. We was listening to us, no one else, that's it. That's a flex, just a bit. Let me talk my shit, say my hand got bit. So I'm reading the little annotation here. It says, Mac is reminiscing upon a time when he and former girlfriend Ariana Grande were driving around listening solely to their own music. Thus, he is flexing. The strong discographies that both him and his girl have, the chorus also makes reference to the classic track Me and My Bitch by the late Biggie Smalls. So.
On my doorstep being so shady. Don't trip. We don't gotta let him in.
Don't trip. We ain't gotta let him in. I love this.
Don't trip. Don't trip.
I'm loving this bridge here. He just saying, don't trip with. I just love this so much. Let's keep going.
You good, see me, down my mind, it goes.
He said, well, if you can see me now, loving it, holding it down, my mind, it goes, it goes, it goes. You just get chills like every single time I press play.
Might just turn around to 180. I let it go, but I never go with it.
Oh, I loved, okay, so at the very end, we had this new type of beat transition that came in. It sounded like some kind of coin drop or something like that, like a token charge up. And he said, hey, one of these days we'll all get by, don't be afraid, don't fall in line. Stand out, be yourself, and that was such a good message. It's just like, don't trip, just go and be happy in your life. And I'm so happy that he is here to leave us with these words of wisdom and these inspirations. That was a good one, I love that one. That one was called Blue World, number 3 in the album. Let's go ahead and move on to number 4 of the album, which is called Good News. And this was the first official single from the album. So I have not listened to it yet because I wanted to save it all for a full album review. So I'm excited to hear people are saying this is it was such a good song, but I have been shutting it out. I wanted to have the full experience here with you, Mac. So, number 4 on the album is Good News. So I love the bass that's coming in already, a little bit of the muted guitar, gives it that little bit of a raw feeling, more of a feeling that he's just playing in the room. You know what I mean? He's like right here.
I spent the whole day in my head, do a little spring cleaning.
So the first line of the verse says, I spent the whole day in my head doing a little spring cleaning. I'm always too busy dreaming. Well, maybe I should wake up instead.
A lot of things I regret, but I just say I forget. Can it just be easy?
So a lot of things I regret, but I just say I forget. Why can't it just be easy? He really is, and this was a moment captured in his life too, and I'm wondering like the struggles that he was going through personally, mentally, in his own life, relationships and stuff at this time. And at least it was all captured right here, though, so at least we knew what his last feelings were. This is so insane that he's not here with us anymore.
When you're high, but you're underneath the ceiling. Got the cards in my hand, I hate dealing.
Oh, I love all these lines here. Why does everybody need me to stay? Oh, I hate the feeling when you're high, but you're underneath the ceiling. Maybe like by yourself in your home, high, and not like out with people enjoying it, but just like getting high solely to self-medicate. And got the cards in my hand, I hate dealing. So he's like, I don't even want to be the person that makes the decisions here. I'm gonna do what I need to do.
Can I get a break? I wish that I could just get out my goddamn way.
Got everything I need, then I'm gone, but it ain't stealing. Can I get a break? I wish that I could just get out my goddamn way. He's like saying that he's the reason that he's not getting further in life or something like that. You know, he was his own blockade, basically.
Maybe I'll lay down for a little. That I'm always trying to figure everything out.
So he's saying maybe I'll just lay down for a little instead of always trying to figure things out. Saying like give myself a break, my own brain a break. It's time to just relax. And I think that's what people do choose drugs for in some instances. It's just to like stop thinking. And I have a feeling that was probably something to do with this.
And all I do is say sorry. Half the time I don't even know what I'm saying it about.
So the last line says, and all I do is say sorry. Half the time I don't even know what I'm saying it about. And that's like the story of my life. I literally, somebody bumps into me and I'm like, sorry. Like, why do I give them that power, you know?
Good news, good news, good news. That's all they wanna hear. No, they don't like you when I'm done.
That makes me so sad. So the chorus says, good news, good news, good news. That's all they want to hear. They don't like it when I'm down. And I hate that Mac feels that he can't tell people about how whenever he's feeling down or nobody's interested or wants to hear that side, because that's what lets all the emotions get bottled up inside of him, and to the point where he needs to use substances and stuff like that too. It's just so sad.
I know it make them so uncomfortable, so different. What's the difference?
So he said, but when I'm flying, oh, it makes him so uncomfortable, so different. What's the difference? So maybe he's saying that whenever he's being successful, everybody else starts getting weird around him and stuff too. So they don't like him when he's high, and they don't like him when his lows either. So that's a really bad place to be in.
I'm running out of gas, hardly anything left. Hope I make it home from work.
So he's saying, well, it ain't that bad. It could always be worse. I'm running out of gas, hardly anything left. Hope I make it home from work. Been there. I'm literally on E right now.
So tired of being so tired.
Amen, Mac. Amen. So tired of being so tired.
Sometimes the truth don't sound like the truth. Maybe because it ain't.
So he says, I'm no liar, but sometimes the truth don't sound like the truth. Maybe because it ain't. I just love the way it sounds when I say it.
Take it to the moon. Haven't seen the sun in a while, but I heard that the sky's still blue.
He said, yeah, it's what I do. If you know me, it's nothing new. Woke up to the moon, haven't seen the sun in a while, but I heard that the sky's still blue. Yeah. So this is just talking about his, like, you know, partying all night, waking up late afternoon, partying through the night, never seeing the sun.
Heard they don't talk about me too much no more. That's a problem with a closed door.
Oh, I like this one too. So he says, I heard they don't talk about me too much no more, and that's the problem with a closed door. So he's saying that basically people are forgetting about him because he is the one that's closing the door though. So he is the reason that they are not checking in on him and stuff like that, is because he's not letting them in. And I think that's a very powerful message right there, to always remember that even when you feel sad, let people in.
What's the difference? There's a whole lot more for me waiting on the other side.
So verse 3 starts out with a line of like, it's gonna get me. He says, there's a whole lot more for me waiting on the other side. When he was writing this, what do you think he was thinking?
There's a whole lot more for me waiting.
So they have a little annotation for these lines. There's a whole lot more for me waiting. Before his untimely death on September 7, 2018, Mac Miller was reaching an all-time career high with his critically and commercially successful album Swimming, proving he still had a long career ahead of him, not to mention he was only 26 at the time of his passing. These haunting lines seem to be referring to life's offerings that Mac had yet to experience. He realizes how much is out there and in his future. God, at least he was starting to see the light, though. That's what makes me so sad. I'm like so filled with chills. He's saying it in his stomach. He's like, it ain't that bad. Just his little voice, the way he's singing, it's piercing through my heart. And I'm like, I know that I wouldn't be on the verge of tears if he was still with us today. Hearing more from him after we know that there's gonna be no more is what really just makes it so hard to listen to, but just so worth it. Kind of hear him feeling himself where he's like, like it's about to get better. Alright, so that was number 4 on the album called Good News, and it just makes me so sad because he was telling himself, hey look, good news, all y'all want to hear is the good news. Y'all don't ever want to hear my sad stuff. Like, I'm having to be the one to tell myself it's going to get better instead of y'all being there. That's so sad. And it really just kind of, it just gets me so. Alright guys, the 5th song on the album is called I Can See. So let's go ahead and see what else Mac has to say. I'm loving that synth that's coming in and that singular snare that's just like pop, pop, pop. Really get you to like stand in line, you know what I'm saying?
So close I can taste it. The man on the moon keep playing. Practical jokes, planet of mirrors and smoke that I...
Okay, so, I love the tempo change. So it says, I'm so close I can taste it. The man on the moon keep playing. Practical jokes, planting the mirrors and smoke that I fade away in.
Nothing compared to the feeling of feeling amazing.
You be complaining and I can't explain it. I guess nothing compared to the feeling of the feeling amazing. So he's just like, nothing can compare to the good, the happy, the high that I'm on right now.
Is heaven too far when you live in the basement? I'm looking for balance, I'm in an oasis.
I love that one too. So he says, now I'm switching location because heaven too far when you live in the basement. I'm looking for balance, I'm in an oasis. These word rhymes are so good.
I need somebody to save me before I drive myself crazy.
So he's saying I need somebody to save me before I drive myself crazy. And I'm just once again so sad that nobody was there to stop it or to help him in those bad times.
No, I know if life is but a dream, and so
the chorus is coming in now saying, now I know if life is but a dream, then so are we. Like, merrily, 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 life is but a dream. But guess what, hoes? So are we. Are we even real? Is life real?
show me something, show me something.
I love how it just came in with that stronger chorus the second time around. We had people singing in the background, and all the different sounds and stuff really made it an ethereal experience.
Let me keep going until I cannot. Life is a fantasy until you wake up and shout.
So the second verse is coming in, yeah, don't tell me to stop. Let me keep going until I cannot. Life is a fantasy until you wake up in shock. So everything is good until you wake up one day and everything's not good. It's kind of what I'm taking away from that.
That's just the way it goes. Your God don't wait for no one.
You never expect to drop, so hold on, but that's just the way it goes. Your God don't wait for no one. So he's kind of just like saying it outright too. I'm not even safe from it.
You got so far to go, but look at where you came from.
So he's saying, and when that's all you know, it keeps you on your toes. You got so far to go, but look at where you came from. So the path may look hard in the future, but always remember to look back and how far that you have walked along that path to keep you going and let you know that you have made it so far, even if you're not at the finish line yet.
Show me something, something
God, it's such a beautiful, beautiful message, and it's such a beautiful song as well, too. I love his voice. It's so raspy and so clear still on the song. Alright, we played out. We had a little bit of an instrumental there, and it was so good. I love that snare, man. It really just gives me, like, going in that one. So that was I Can See. I really like that one too. This album is really shaping up to be cohesive and very thought-provoking, which has always been something that Mac's been known for too. So I'm glad that this gets to be his final body of work, to still have all these thoughts being provoked inside of me. So the next song on the album is number 6, and it's called Everybody. Let's do it.
Everybody's gotta live, and everybody's gonna die.
So we're coming in, they trying to get me again. So we're coming in on a piano and Mac is basically saying that everybody's gotta live and everybody's gotta die. And this whole album has so many tones of death and the unknown and ending life and stuff, which is so scary and so surreal that this was what he was working on. And this was the last one that he made. I just, chills.
Everybody just wanna have a good time.
And I love the way his voice sounds on it too. That's what always has captivated me about Mac, is his singing voice is always so unique.
The reason why,
I love it. We're coming in with his little oh-ohs now, and he just is feeling it. I'm rocking with him.
everybody's gotta live, and everybody's gonna die.
Everybody's gotta live and everybody's gonna die again. Coming in, it's sounding like it's a throwback to a classic rock song like the 60s or 70s. That's the vocals, at least, what they are giving me. It feels like they're inspired by that.
When I have him in my arms, baby, you know I just can't get enough.
Oh, a little tremble he had in his voice. Enough. So he says, yeah, sometimes the going gets so good, but then again, it gets pretty rough. But when I have you in my arms, baby, you know I just can't get enough. So I'm wondering who he's talking about here, who he wrote the song about. If you guys know a little bit more about it, let me know down below. I'm interested.
Everybody's gonna try to have a good time.
Love it, good time. God, Mackie.
Got man standing on the corner, baby, and he couldn't hardly tie his shoes.
So now he's starting off the second verse saying he saw a blind man standing on the corner and he couldn't hardly tie his shoes. So we're getting a little bit descriptive here, just a day in the life of Mac.
I'm gonna come guitar strapped around his neck, but he sure could play the blues.
But the blind guy had a harmonica and guitar strapped around his neck, but he sure could play the blues. So he's like, man, this dude may not be able to tie his shoes, but he found the good in life. He knows what he can do, and that's play the blues. So just because things are thrown at you where you think that you can't do it, doesn't mean that it can't be done.
Feel like I've seen a million sunsets.
I just love how his voice kind of went up like that too. I feel like I've seen a million sunsets, yeah.
And I took a look at my baby. She said, if you're with me, I won't go away.
That's when I stopped and I looked at my baby and she said, if you're with me, I won't go away. Who is he talking about? Is this about Ari? I don't even know anymore because I'm not sure when this album was made compared to when they broke up and stuff too, but you know, I hope so. Gosh, I wonder what Ariana is thinking listening to this album right now.
You know the reason why.
Alright, so we're coming out with those drums there. I'm really feeling it. I'm liking the production of this album, especially the drums and stuff like that. Obviously called out the snare last time too, but so that was Everybody. I love this one too. He's like, everybody's gotta live, everybody's gonna die, so why not just have a good time and do what you gotta do? He got his little baby held tight to him, not a real child, but like his girlfriend, whoever it may be. It's just such a surreal feeling listening to this album. Alright guys, the next song on the album is called Woods. It is number 7. Alright, so we have some like ethereal feeling synths in the background, but then that really comes in and sets the beat. I love that, and that's what I always feel like. You can play, all these songs could be played and performed live, I believe, with like a full band. And that's what makes his rap a little bit different than a lot of the computer generated and produced music that's out there.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Coming in with the yeah.
Things like this ain't built to last. I might just fade like those before me.
Once again, the first line coming in, I feel like they all, maybe I'm just reading too much into them, but they all are like apply to his untimely death, and just hearing him say it just makes it so powerful. So he says, yeah, things like this ain't built to last. I might just fade like those before me. You will never fade, Mac. You will never fade.
And you need to let me know when you're leaving where you go. Then I'll come.
I love that. And you need to let me know when you're leaving where you go. Can I come? Like the timing of it is just so beautiful. You guys, you gotta realize that like you're presented with a song without any melody, without any ways to sing it, and you have to create all of that there. And that's what, I mean, I know that's how, you know how singers work, but you know what I mean.
Do you believe me? Are you close? Yeah. Even if you don't, that'll get you sprung.
He says, do you believe me? Are you close? Yeah. Even if you don't, that'll get you sprung. So he's like, it don't even matter. You still gonna believe me anyway, because I'm Mac. Okay.
Do I love?
So first line, do I love coming in. I'm just loving his little doo-woppy type of singing that he's doing on here. Do I love?
Can I get enough?
Basically saying, can I get enough? Is it enough of an experience out of life or something like that? Not sure exactly what he's referring to here, but I do love that chorus.
No run away, love, hate, love, heartbreak will have you bankrupt. Too many days in a day, better.
Okay, so we're coming in a little bit more, less singing, more traditional rap, which I love too. And he says, yeah, don't run away, love, hate, love, heartbreak will have you bankrupt. Too many days in a day's better wake up. See, his line, the way that he writes is also so intricate and so thought-provoking when it comes to his raps as well as his singing too. So I am living for this. I really want to go through and like analyze all of these, but I know that it would take forever.
Face in the place where the space was. Nobody make you feel like you were.
So I put your face in a place where the space was. Nobody makes you feel like you, but do I? Do I? And you don't know what you should do. You just looking for someone to make you move. Ooh, tell me, do I? So Mac is kind of like approaching, he's like, am I the person that you have been looking for? Is it me that really pushes you to go new places? Is it me that makes you feel more comfortable?
I'll make this plan and feel like home. It's us first time, the door's closing.
So he's saying, I make this planet feel like home. Such like a galactic type of phrase.
It's so much better when you wait forever in a day. That's all I got.
So much better when you wait forever in a day. That's all I got. I wish we all had forever, honestly.
Put it together, then it breaks. All the energy it takes. It never stops.
So he's saying, put it together, then it breaks. All the energy it takes, it never stops. So you spend so much energy trying to create something, and then whenever it doesn't work out, you spend so much energy trying to get over it. And I believe that he's talking about a breakup here. Maybe this one is about Ariana. I'm not sure, but I do get that. He said, it never stops, the energy that you have to spend.
I try to tell you about a better life and get involved. Big or small, it's been my fault. I keep it safe, it's in the vault.
Yeah, I never slip, I never fall. I tried to tell you about a better life and get involved. Big or small, it's been my fault. I keep it safe, it's in the vault. Great lyrics here, great lyrics.
I'm never going through the motions, I'm just trying to lay your body down slowly. We can only go up.
I'm never going through the motions. I'm just trying to lay your body down slowly. It can go up, it can go up. So he's basically saying, I'm never going through the motions. It's not like robotic type of love that I'm gonna give you, because there's passion behind it. I truly felt it, and I truly still feel it. Alright, so that was the chorus again, and we played out with some beautiful, beautiful instrumentals again. I'm loving it. I'm loving how it's just taking you, giving you this feeling of just, I don't know. I don't know the feeling that I'm feeling there, but I believe that it's there for a purpose. To get you ready for the next one or something. I don't know. Alright guys, so that was number 7 called Woods. I really like that one. That one has a little bit more of a rap in it, which I really appreciated. His lyrics in it still sting me to this day. Get a little jaw dropped there, but it was good. I like that. The next one is going to be number 8, Hand-Me-Downs. So let's give it a check out. So we have some simple drums coming in with a little guitar over it too. Very typical here. Very cohesive with the album.
I'm thinking maybe I should thank you. Oh baby, I should buy you another round.
Once again, coming in with those serenading, sensual vocals. I'm thinking maybe I should thank you, or baby, I should buy you another round. Talking to this girl over here, I see.
Get away to a place where the lake's such a great view. Leave the bank couple $100,000.
Get away to a place where the lake's such a great view. Leave the bank couple $100,000. So he's like, we're finding new ways to cope. This is how I'm gonna cope with things. I just gotta get the heck away.
I'm made it, but once I build it, I break it. It might just break me down.
And once again, this recurring theme of I made it, but I hate it. Once I built it, I break it down. Might just break me down. So he keeps always talking about how he spends so much energy and stuff to build up something, and it only breaks down, and it's like a reoccurring theme in his life. So, because he talked about it a lot. So I don't know. It seems like happened quite a lot.
Ever since I can remember, I've been keeping it together, but I'm feeling strange.
Ever since I can remember, I've been keeping it together, but I'm feeling strange. So he's like, I can no longer do this alone. I feel like it's a reach out. It's like, I just wish this album would have come out before, and maybe things would have been a little bit different.
But what's new, you get used to the bullshit. Screws, they go missing. Slightly, they might be, but...
So he says, but what's new, you get used to the bullshit. The screws, they go missing. It's likely they might be, but... And then we have somebody on the chorus, the only feature on the album, Baro Sura. It's not listed in the track listing, but he is going to come in and sing this chorus now.
Shit, I need to stay in line.
So the chorus is, you remind me, shit, I need to stay in line. You damn well are a great design. So maybe this is talking about they finally found the girl, found the person they love, and he needs to realize he needs to get his shit together too if he wants to keep her.
Say you need more of a family rounds. Turn these jeans into hand-me-downs.
So he's saying, despite being an only child, say you need more of a family round. Let's turn them jeans into hand-me-downs. Is he trying to say, like, take the jeans off and create a family? I don't know. We have these little downs coming in. I really do like this dude's voice. I've never heard of him before. Baro Sura. B-A-R-O-S-U-R-A. I'm not mad at it. I like it.
Well, just being honest, my conscience ain't doing bad. Because I try to minus the problems that I attract.
He says, yeah, well, I'm just being honest, my conscience ain't doing bad because I try to minus the problems that I attract. He tries to just get rid of all the bull. He's like, listen, I'm just being honest, my conscience ain't bad right now because I don't even let myself have any problems because I just say goodbye to them immediately.
And half the time the wheels is in the back of my mind. Just keep on turning till the tires flat and burning till the fire crack.
And half the time the wheels that's in the back of my mind just keep on turning till the tires flat and burn until the fire crack. Like crackle is what I'm guessing too. But he's like, I'm always thinking to the point where I overdo it, depleted. Basically at that point, like an air in a tire, it's flat. His conscience is exhausted.
I do not lie, though facts may seem a little far-fetched. That's only cause I maybe make believe and full of darkness when
I do not lie though, facts may seem a little far-fetched. That's only cause I maybe make believe and full of darkness. Same. That's gonna be literally my new bio on Tinder.
Between a rock and a hard place, walking, dropping change inside your empty guitar case.
When I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, walk and drop and change inside of your guitar case. He's like, when I'm in a bad place, I like to give back. Maybe that's what he's saying helps him.
I move carelessly, that's why I'm always tripping. I guess it's like electrolytes, you help me go the distance.
So he says, that's charity, I move carelessly. That's why I'm always tripping. I guess that's like electrolytes, you help me go the distance. Not too efficient, but the way it's always been until the day we have to meet again. Until the day we meet again, Mac.
But what's new, you get used to bullshit. Screws, they go missing. Slightly, they might be, but
I'm really loving both of the vocals, Mac and Baro, this guy on the song. They really sound so well together. They kind of sound so similar. It's a little eerie. So I'm like, is that why they chose it? Because it was a little similar to Mac or what was going on there. But I'm really liking their collaboration together.
down, down, down,
Down, down, down, down, down. And once again, we fade out into these ethereal sounding synths that are just continuing, but they really take you on a freaking trip. Like, I need to listen to this impaired a little bit too to get a little bit of a different feeling, I'm sure, but it is such a warm song, and I love that he had a feature on here too. So that was number 8, Hand-Me-Downs. I really like the idea of it, but let's see what else he got. So the 9th song on the album is called That's On Me, and let's see what he is gonna be taking the blame for.
that's on me, that's on me, I know.
Alright, so we're just coming in here with Max singing That's On Me, I know. So he's just like, I'm coming into this, I'm taking the blame immediately, so just let me say what I need to say. Just know that I know it. And I love how he has his little voice there, very airy, with a little guitar once again. I like it.
That's on me, it's on my phone.
So once again saying, you know, it is my fault and I am aware of that.
Time moving slowly, I'm bouncing my head off the wall.
I love it. It's kind of like a slow country feeling song. First line is time moving slowly, I'm bouncing my head off the wall. So don't do that. That's not a good idea.
I know nobody that knows where we're going at all.
So he says, I know nobody that knows where we're going at all. So he's basically saying nobody knows the answer to life. He can ask everybody in the world, but nobody knows what the real purpose is. So that's what gets him a little bit in his head and overthinking everything.
And I'll pick you up, I'll help you get home.
I'm just loving the way he's singing so much. He has such a good, soothing voice. So he says, don't, let me down. I'll pick you up, I'll help you get around. I'm not sure who or what he's referring to right there, but... Alright, so the chorus is what we kind of started the song with. He's saying, you know, that's on me, I know it's all my fault, basically. That's not your fault. I love that. I love how he had that line. So the bridge is, I'll let it go, I'll cut the strings, today I'm fine. Basically saying, okay, I'm just gonna keep on going.
I said good morning this morning and I'll say good night.
Alright, so the second verse here is, I don't know where I've been lately, but it's been alright. I said good morning this morning and I'll say good night. You never know when you're not going to be able to get the chance to say that either. So, like I said, reading back all this too, and this is what he was thinking, to now know what happened, it makes it so sad.
We'll take the stairs like it's us here to bury some flag when I'm being too proud.
Alright, so he says, don't wait around. We'll take the stairs that get us into there. It's unfair when I'm being too proud, but. So he's saying that he knows that sometimes his pride can get a little bit too much of him, and it can affect other people, which is a problem. But at least he's admitting it, and now he knows. Alright, so this one has a little bit more of an abrupt ending than the last ones did. The other ones will play out for a few minutes, kind of, but this one was just like, done. He's like, that's on me and that's over. We're never gonna talk about it again, you know. Alright, so number 10 on the album is called Hands, and it is the second one with an explicit label on it. So, I did see that the one featuring the guy, Hand-Me-Downs, featuring Borrow, did say bullshit a lot, but there was no explicit label on there, so Spotify needs to fix that. Okay, I really like the way it started up too, and then when the music actually started too, you just like start vibing with it a little bit more. Okay, they do say here that he wanted it to be a big and expansive and cinematic. He had no idea how he had one keyboard pad implying that, so we're gonna see how much this song can build. And then Max coming in with the yeah yeahs too, and it just makes it feel so ethereal and so airy.
Yeah, why don't you wake up from your bad dreams? When's the last time you took a little time for yourself?
So the chorus is coming in, he's rapping on this chorus and not singing. He says, yeah, why don't you wake up from your bad dreams? When's the last time you took a little time for yourself? Everybody needs a little bit of self-care, and I'm glad that he is giving us that message on this.
There's no reason to be so down. Rather fly around like there's no ground.
So he said, there's no reason to be so down, rather fly around like there's no ground. And I bet you wish you hadn't ate, cause carrying this weight break your glass knees. I don't really know what a glass knee is, but he's kind of saying too, what's the point of being down when you could be up and flying and just be happy and euphoric?
Don't need no chauffeur from the back seat. No, I stay behind the wheel and never have speed.
Alright, so the end of the chorus is, yeah, I don't need a chauffeur, F the back seat. No, I stay behind the wheel and never have speed. So he's like, I don't need nobody to drive me around. I'm gonna drive, get there half time faster than everybody else. So, give me my car.
Get the fuck out of my car, this ain't a taxi. They love to see me lonely, hate to see me happy.
So the first verse is coming in, he'd be cursing again, saying, get the F out of my car, this ain't a taxi. They love to see me lonely, they hate to see me happy. Somebody left a little note here saying he's implying that his life is a contradiction. He's forcing people away but doesn't actually want them to leave. And I do feel like I get a lot of that themed throughout this entire album.
Call me what you want, she call me daddy. Got a knack for getting nasty, every day we keep a tally.
So he said, call me what you want, she called me daddy. That's the name she chose. Got a knack for getting nasty, every day we keep in tally. They're like, we going 6, 7, 8, 10, 9 times a day.
Now concentrate. No reason to be that upset. I'm busy tripping about some shit that still ain't even happened yet.
Once again, that theme of overthinking, he says, now concentrate. No reason to be that upset. I'm busy tripping about some shit that still ain't even happened yet. You know, so he's saying that he's just overthinking, doing that thing where he just creates scenarios in his head, plays them out, and then gets upset by them. Which, victim here, I do that too. All the time.
I spent my life living with a lot of regrets. You throw me off my high horse, I'll probably fall to my death.
He says, I keep it honest as honest it gets. Don't know why I'm always talking if it's not making sense. I've spent my life living with a lot of regrets. You throw me off my high horse, I'd probably fall to my death. That's just such an unfortunate line. I just hate that.
Give me what I need and then I'm on to the next. That's what we call in cause and effect. Yeah.
So it says, bad behavior, it's obvious you're not on your best. I might just pull your card if it's on top of the deck. Give me what I need, and then I'm on to the next. That's what we call cause and effect. So he's basically saying he's going around from person to person, not actually getting the time to get to know somebody, but just kind of taking the time to have sex with them, and then kind of brush them aside.
I'd rather fly around like there's no ground.
I love the way he says that too, like, rather fly around like there's no ground. He has a little inflection on there. It makes it a little bit fun. Alright, so that was another one of the ones I kind of just let it play out, and I'm totally okay with it because I love that little yeah. Alright guys, 2 songs left. We have number 11 on the album is called Surf. This is the longest song on the album, so I'm excited to see where it takes me. So we have like a little radio switching sound effect static, and then Mac's feeling like he found the right one, so he starts vibing with it, like hey, 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 yeah.
Where are you going? Can I come to?
Oh, another one of those like slow guitar and Mac's vocals. So where are you going? Can I come to? The whole world is open, a playground for me and you.
It's your eyes and your ears and your mouth and your nose, head and your shoulders, your knees and your toes.
I love that, how he turned head, shoulders, knees, and toes into a cool, chill song. So he says, and now we be fine shit, who the hell knows? It's your eyes and your ears and your mouth and your nose, head and your shoulders, your knees and your toes. I dream of the moment, will it come true?
And she, just like I, got her head in the clouds.
So the whole world, they know it. They just waiting for me and you, and she's just like I got her head in the clouds. Don't need to be lower before it's all over. I promise we'll figure it out. So I don't know if they're saying kind of that he's a little too spacey for her, or she's a little too spacey for him, really kind of not focusing in on the goal of the relationship or whatever they're discussing.
So much of this world is above us, baby. They might tell you that I went crazy.
So he's saying, I ain't coming down, why would I need to? So much of this world is above us, baby. They might tell you that I went crazy. I'm just trying to read you. And so he's saying, I'm just trying to see if you're buying into it. I'm trying to see if you believe all the stuff that they're saying about me. I promise I'm not crazy. I am a little, you know, sad and trying to figure it all out, but it doesn't mean that I'm crazy. Then we got Mac doing his little ooh-oohs, and I feel like once I'm hearing these in my earphones, it's gonna be like Mac is literally singing in my ear.
Until we get home, there's water in the flowers, let's grow.
So he's saying in this, I know we try, the chorus is here now, and he says, I know we try in the days they go by, until we get old, there's water in the flowers, let's grow. And that's beautiful. He's basically saying, we got all the ingredients that we need to grow, so let's grow together and stop being so scared of doing that.
Until it gets old, there's water in the flowers, let's grow.
So he said, people they lie, but hey, so do I. Until it gets old, there's water in the flowers, let's grow. We have this cute little, I don't know what kind of instrument that is, but I love it. It's a little squeaky thing. Go ahead and let it go, let it be, we're all we'll need today.
Sometimes I get lonely, not when I'm alone.
So verse 2 is here now. He says, yeah, well, sometimes I get lonely, not when I'm alone.
But it's more when I'm standing in crowds that I'm feeling the most on my own.
But it's more when I'm standing in crowds that I'm feeling the most on my own. That's a beautiful line. Sometimes I get lonely, not when I'm alone, but it's more when I'm standing in crowds that I'm feeling the most on my own. Ugh.
I'm starting to see that all I have to do is get up and go.
Alright, so that verse finishes with, and I know that somebody knows me. I know somewhere there's home. I'm starting to see that all I have to do is get up and go. So he's saying what he needs to do to make himself happy is just to kind of pull his pants up and get going and start.
You gotta get going before
going. I gotta get going before I'm gone, he says. And that is one of those sad lines again that just hits you and you're just like, damn. And then we have all this drums coming up. It looks like we're about to have a little bit of an instrumental break coming out now, which I'm excited for. Alright, so we played out for about 2 minutes of music instrumental at the end, and like I was kind of telling y'all, it just takes you on a journey. It really just makes you just like close your eyes, smile, reminisce on the good times, I will say. Or try not to cry on camera. Like me. Alright guys, so we have one more song left on the album. It is called Once a Day. And this is actually the shortest song on the album. So let's go ahead and see if we can finish this whole album out with a bang.
Once a day I rise, once a day I fall asleep with you.
So once a day I rise, once a day I fall asleep with you. Basically saying I get up in the morning and I go to bed and it's nighttime. Wondering who this girl is. I'm not as familiar with his love life, so I don't know if it's anybody else.
Day I try, but I can't find a single word.
He said once a day he tries, but he can't find a single word. What kind of word are we looking for here? To say I love you, to say it's over, to say I need to move on, like what?
I wonder if they ever even cared at all.
So he's saying, I wonder what they know. I wonder if they've ever even cared at all. So somebody else wrote a note here that says an unreleased song Mac recorded on his cell phone. The video footage was played during the Mac Miller Celebration of Life concert after his death. He came over and played 2 or 3 things, and this was one of them. Said John Bryan in Apple Music.
Do they see their own reflection in the rain and look away?
So he says, I wonder, do they see their own reflection in the rain and look away? I'm wondering what he's trying to ask here. You know, is he saying that when people walking by, they can't look themselves in the face, or they're just too busy to keep going, to even stop and notice it, you know?
Everybody keep rushing.
Oh, so the next line in the refrain is everybody keep rushing. So I'm guessing it's because people just don't take the time to really sit and look and admire and appreciate life.
Every now and again, baby, I get high.
He said, why aren't we taking our time? Every now and again, baby, I get high. And so he just kind of letting him know. Yeah.
Don't ask me what I think. It never really mattered what I had to say.
So verse 2 is, don't ask me what I think, because it never really mattered what I had to say. We do see that theme reoccurring throughout the entire album of how he thinks that people don't care what he has to say, or, you know, when he's feeling sad or has something he wants to talk about, he feels like nobody's ever there for him. And that's really, really sad as well.
Just keep waiting for another open door to come up soon.
And he says, I just keep waiting for another open door to come up soon. That is also another theme that is in here. There's a lot of talk about doors opening and doors closing throughout the entire album. I'm not sure if you guys picked up on that too, but I'm wondering, like, what is that door trying to portray? I do know that in his album of Swimming, there was a door on the cover of it too. So I don't know if anything has to do with that, but it's just me speculating.
Don't keep it all in your head. The only place that you know nobody ever can see.
So he's saying don't keep it all in your head just because you know that's the only place that nobody can ever see. So he's saying stop thinking that you have to keep all these thoughts in your head because they're the private thoughts. Like, people want to hear that, people want it to be shared with them.
And everybody means something when they're stuck on your mind.
So the bridge is coming in. Everybody means something when they're stuck on your mind. I love that little thing in the middle too. I love the intricate placement of these sound effects. They just make it all seem so cohesive but still so unique.
But every now and again, why can't we just be fine?
But every now and again, why can't we just be fine? Just be fine right now. Not have something stressing me out going on in my life, taking control of my thoughts.
Once a day I try, but I can't find a single word.
Alright, so the last lines of the entire album. Once a day I rise, once a day I fall asleep with you. Once a day I try, but I can't find a single word. Alright guys, I'm gonna go and process all of this. Probably go and re-listen to this album again, give it a full run through. I'm gonna smuggle or something with it too, because I know that's what Mac would have wanted. And I do have to say, I really loved this album. I think that it was very cohesive. I loved Blue World, I loved Good News, I really liked Woods, I loved Hands. That was another good one where he just kind of goes in and raps there. The entire thing is filled with so many different influences and genres that I believe that it was a great final album for Mac. And I hate to say I get chills when I say final album, it's really sad, but but he will forever live on in music, and I'm glad that we still got one more taste of what he had to offer the world. And so, thank you guys for joining me. Please feel free to like this video if you did like it. Also, comment down below what your favorite song on the album was, or also, let's just remember his life. What was some of your favorite songs that he's ever done before? I would love to hear that. And lastly, if you're not subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. I post new videos all the time with music reviews, usually a little bit more lighthearted and funny, but this is a little bit more of a darker subject here. That's a little bit of an emotional impact on me. But with that being said, I do want to thank everybody for watching this, and until next time, bye guys.